first you have to know where I'm coming from. That I don't like simulation, right? But this is absolutely a collective dream. I prefer that because it's something that people can attach to within their own dream state, to understand that dream is not this dream. That dream doesn't have any rules. This has one rule, and that is that we dream this together. So I'm really into the metaphysics of things, and in terms of the whole equality thing and the yin yang, that is the fundamental. The masculine and feminine is they're geometric, and that's hard to get to people to understand that the line is essentially a diameter of a circle, and that's the masculine, and that's just a polarizing energy. It's electric, temperature, again, the polarization, and then the circle, and they're entangled because there is no circle without a diameter, and there is no diameter, which is just a line without, you have to imagine it if it's not there.
Yeah.
But that whole process of binding, which is a lot of what I deal in, but in metaphysical terms, which is why the Catholic Church claims to own the world, is they've got because we talk about law of the land, law of the sea, but we don't understand that those are on the scales of justice, right? They're balanced. And this is getting to what you're saying, because balance is kind of where you're going. But the central column.
What I was gonna say earlier. Yeah. Balance.
What
the
do you
central
say?
column is the.
Yeah. Keep
Yeah,
going.
the central column is the law. So you have the law of the land, law of the sea, and you have the law of the air, right? And that's the spirit of the law in legal terms. When they say that, they're talking about the ecclesiastic and the canon law. That has dominion over both law of the land and law of the sea. And that's where I'm focusing, and it's all related to binding, right? Because that's what the Catholic Church, and this is what the masculine does. The masculine takes the feminine, which is divine intelligence, it makes a copy of it, and it distorts it in the process, right? So that's what we've been living through in this phase of the epoch, is we've been in the masculine, the fall of man. Really, what that is in numeric terms is the feminine is the Trinity, the three, and the Trinity gets inverted. So now it's 1/3, so that's where the 1/3 that fell from God's grace, and that's an irrational number, right? And so irrationality is, if you want to put the masculine essence in context, that's really what it is. It's distortion. It's where space comes from. And so without space, the feminine cannot create. So it creates the space within which the circles or the waves interfere. And that's all the music, right? But without the space, without the polarization, the feminine cannot take that polarization, bring it back to center, balance, and then rebirth something new. And the feminine can only take the extent to what something is polarized. That's all the energy it has to rebirth. So in terms of existentialism and the good and the bad, the evil, there's no such thing, right? Because all of this suffering really is through our ignorance and our consent. We give our consent even though we don't know it.